Thank you for your time today, and this will be my first negative rebuttal to my opponent's response. My opponent made responses to my counterpoints. My opponent stated that the moon water has health benefits. He also stated that his second point was that mining moon water on the moon is cheaper than on Earth, and his final point was that Earth does need water replenishment due to all the droughts all around the world. My opponent admitted to my argument that I was correct about the moon water containing harmful elements like mercury and silver. My opponent then goes on to argue that Earth water also contains these same elements that are harmful to humans to ingest. My opponent failed to mention any proof or data backing that the Earth water contains those harmful elements. So after some quick research, I came across a study done by the waterencyclopedia.com where they took samples from fresh water sources from places like the rainwater from Molino Park, California, rainwater from sites in Northern California and Virginia, compositions of the Rhine River as it comes off the Alps, streams draining igneous rock in the Washington Cascades, Jump Off Joe Creek in southwestern Oregon, the Great Salt Lake in Utah, groundwater from the Sequoia Formation in the Grand Canyon, groundwater from volcanic rock in New Mexico, groundwater from a spring in Sierra Nevada mountains, and groundwater from metamorphic rock in Canada. And after doing all these tests, they came back with generally the same results. All the freshwater elements that consisted in the fresh water were things like calcium, extremely low sodium amounts, potassium, and the pH levels ranged between 6.6 and 7.2. So as you can see, there were no traces of mercury or silver in any of the tests on the fresh water that my opponent said that there was. So you can see that his argument was false. My opponent's second subpoint was that man cannot fully purify Earth's water. So my argument to that would be that if man can't fully purify Earth's water, how does he think that they'd be able to purify all the moon water, which has even worse things than the Earth water? And also, why would we need to be purifying Earth water if it already has things that are okay for us to ingest? So that leads me to my second point. And my opponent's second point was that mining water on the moon would be cheaper than mining water on the Earth. Well, according to Dr. Noah Davis in his article, Should We Mine the Moon and How Much Would It Cost? Excuse me. He states that a typical cost to send a human and materials from Earth to the moon is about $50,000 per pound. The result, even if lunar resources are used to construct the habitat, the lower estimate of several tens of billions of dollars it would cost to establish mining on the moon. So we can see that my opponent is a fool for thinking that it would be cheaper than mining water here on Earth, because to mine the water on the moon, we would need a lot of materials and a lot of items to send up there to start the process, and in turn that would make things weigh a lot more. So you can see that the cost would become extremely, extremely expensive. My opponent's final argument was that desolution is too expensive. My argument to that is I don't think we should use desalination, and we should just leave the Earth to handle itself. The Earth has been around for billions of years and has been able to take care of itself. Never has it ran out of water or anything like that so far. So if we give it time, nature will take its course and solve its own problems. So in my conclusion, my opponent's rebuttals were very weak and not supported well with facts or any data, and that's why I believe I'm winning this debate. And thank you for your time.